Okay, today we're going to be taking a break from military subjects, and we're going to be looking at a airliner kit from Hasegawa, specifically their 1/200th scale Boeing 767-300, and a particular special scheme for A&A, their Fly Panda. So let's get into it. Now, right out gate, one thing do immediately notice is that some details are raised, particularly the panel lines, yet the door and various other segments are recessed, so that's an interesting mark. Additionally, the nose gear doors are molded in, so if you want to display it in flight, you're going to have to do a little surgery to fix that. Now, I'll talk about this a little more in a minute, but all the windows are molded open, which is interesting as the kit specifically has decals to do the windows. What's more is that there are no clear parts for these windows. So if you wanted to, say, scratch build a cabin, this would be a little hard to do since you really wouldn't get any use of it from the fact that, excuse me, you have no windows to seal this up with. So you're ultimately left having to fill the entire window section, which to me seems a bit of a waste, as it would have been easier just for them to mold this closed as opposed to open. One nice thing about this kit, it does come with a stand, so it does make it easier to display in flight out of the box. Moving on, we have the bottom section of the wings. Again, raised detail, which, again, personally I don't care for, but to each their own. Landing gear detail is semi-sparse, but given the smaller scale, it's somewhat understandable. Engine detail is very nice. No real complaints there. They definitely do look like they're supposed to. Everything's very nicely molded in terms of basically typical Hasegawa quality. Wheels are fairly nice. Some detail could be, well, some detail would have been better, but again, smaller scale, so there eventually comes a point where it becomes a waste. Now, an interesting thing here is the fact that this bulkhead, which goes in the cockpit area, you get this big molded on F, obviously to give you a directional segment, but it would seem to me it would been smart to mark it R for rear of it, so it wouldn't be seen, as they do include clear parts for the cockpit, but it's odd, to say the least. Otherwise, though, detail, again, fairly nice. The various ailerons, flaps, speed brakes, and such are recessed detail. So you get an interesting mix. Here we have the clear part. Hopefully this will come out, but it's very finely detailed. So, and fairly happy, though. If you wanted to mask it, it's going to be very difficult. This is another section where I would say just go ahead and use the supplied decals, as it would simplify things. Interesting to note, however, it does come with nose weight out of the box, which takes the form of this screw. Now, a little surprised. Now, here we have our decal sheet, very crisply printed. Again, Hasegawa quality. You definitely get a lot of bang for your buck. And again, decals for the windows. As I said before, it would have been smart for them just to mold them shut. Here we also have, obviously, cockpit doors, or not doors, sorry, cockpit windows. Can't talk today. As well as markings for the various other doors, panels, and what have you, as well as the primary markings. Now, in terms of construction, assembly starts fairly straightforward. Various components. There's no real complexity to this kit, which is nice, as does make assembly very straightforward and simple. So you can very quickly, I would say this would be a weekend kit. And in regards to the paint scheme, it's fairly straightforward. With the breakdown of all the components, this makes painting very simple, as you would basically just paint the body white and paint the wings and tail separately, which makes, again, very well thought out construction. So overall, this kit has some issues, but definitely one I would look into getting, as it seems like a fun weekend project, especially if you're interested in civil subjects. Plus, I found the markings to be interesting, as you don't typically see these high color aircraft in this neck of the woods, at least. But yeah, and in my case, I actually picked this up during Hobby Link's Black Friday sale, so I got it for about 500 yen, which at the time translated about out to $7 or $8. So definitely, it was a nice buy. I think it retails around about $15 to $20, so it's not a kit that'll can't talk today, sorry, but it's not a kit that'll break the bank, and one that'll definitely offer some fun. And so yeah, that was Hasegawa's 1/200th scale Boeing 767-300 in a Fly Panda model kit. Till next time.